Years ago, the zombie apocalypse happened out of nowhere, catching the world off guard and killing millions of people. And the ones who survived had no choice but to retreat to protected cities, leaving the zombies to take over the world and control it. Now Riley and Mike are watching the zombies who have taken over an abandoned city. They notice that these creatures have faint memories of their lives before turning, because they're still doing the same old jobs. Some zombies are trying to play instruments but fail, and at the same time, Big Daddy is holding a fuel hose to fill up a car that isn't even there. Riley wonders if the zombies have gotten smarter, and that scares him a lot. Suddenly, Big Daddy growls because he smells humans nearby, so the two quickly run away. Meanwhile, Cholo and his team arrive at a landfill to get rid of some crates. As soon as they see a zombie writhing on the ground, they shoot it in the head right away. Then they dump the last crate, and blood starts leaking out of it. Moments later, Riley and Mike get shocked by a man with a deformed face. Mike gets his weapon ready, but Riley stops him and explains that this is their friend Charlie. Fireworks start lighting up the sky, and the three return to the giant armored vehicle, Dead Reckoning, which was designed by Riley himself. Cholo and his crew join them, and we learn that these people use Dead Reckoning to travel through zombie-infested zones to gather supplies. Riley tries to warn Cholo that zombies are thinking and communicating with each other, but Cholo doesn't take him seriously. After that, Cholo gets on his bike and Mike rides with him and asks why they only attack at night. Cholo tells him they need darkness because the fireworks are used as a distraction, and it turns out zombies can't take their eyes off them. Humans drive around the city in cars and motorcycles looking for supplies, and they shoot distracted zombies as they pass by. But no one notices that Big Daddy isn't affected by fireworks, and he tries to alert the other zombies but fails. When zombies start dying under the team's attacks, Big Daddy gets angry and stomps on a zombie's head while screaming in sadness. Suddenly, the fireworks shut down, and Riley's forced to shoot a zombie that gets too close to his vehicle. He calls Dead Reckoning, and Pretty Boy explains that the fireworks launcher malfunctioned. Riley immediately calls his men back. Everyone retreats fast, and Dead Reckoning provides cover fire, blowing up anything that gets near. Riley realizes Cholo still hasn't returned and calls him again, but Cholo tells him he still has business to finish. Then Mike, Cholo, and Foxy enter a store searching for liquor bottles. When Cholo opens the fridge, a zombie jumps out, attacking him. They wrestle on the ground. After a brutal struggle, Cholo grabs the zombie's head and kills it with the spear shot. Then he spills a box of cigarettes on the floor and orders Mike to collect them while he and Foxy take the liquor. Mike reaches across the counter, and suddenly, a hidden zombie bites his arm. Mike runs terrified with the zombie chasing him, but at that moment, Riley arrives and shoots the zombie in the head. Riley tries to help Mike, but Cholo tells him to step back because he wants to kill him before he turns. And while they argue, Mike ends his life with his own gun. Riley announces it's time to go home, and the humans speed off and escape. Big Daddy tries to grab a guy on a motorcycle, but instead he takes his weapon. He growls and starts chasing the vehicles with the zombies following him. After a while, Riley and his team reach the base outside one of the remaining human cities. Here, the rich live in a luxurious tower called Fiddler's Green, while the poor are packed in the slums. The city has reinforced security and electrified walls that kill any zombie that touches them. And water surrounds everything, and anyone entering the city must cross one main bridge. After delivering the supplies, Riley finds Cholo and blames him for Mike's death, because the mission was pointless. Cholo replies that Mike knew the risks and agreed to come. And we learn Cholo is desperate to move into Fiddler's Green, and selling alcohol is one of the few profitable things. In the morning, Riley and Charlie go to the slums to visit Mulligan, a homeless guy trying to convince people to revolt against the rich. Riley doesn't care and hands him medicine for his son, then leaves. After that, Riley heads to the garage to check his car he bought yesterday, only to find out it's been stolen.
In a rush to find who took it, Riley and Charlie go to an underground club where people use zombies for entertainment. Zombies are chained for photos, and others are forced to fight for gamblers. Riley gets into an argument with Chihuahua and looks for his car, but Chihuahua swears he knows nothing and promises to investigate. Inside a fighting cage, zombies are baited with cats or dogs, but tonight the organizer throws in a woman named Slack. She tries to escape and climbs the fence, but zombies pull her down, and the crowd enjoys it. But Riley is shocked when he realizes what's happening. He fires his gun, killing the zombies, people panic and run away. Chihuahua takes advantage of the chaos and tries to shoot Charlie, but accidentally hits another person. Riley hears gunshots and shoots Chihuahua, but he's still alive and opens fire on Riley. Slack kicks him toward the fence, and the bullet hits her arm. Charlie focuses and shoots Chihuahua in the head perfectly. Police arrive and arrest them all. In jail, Slack explains she was bait under orders from Kaufman, the city leader who found out she was helping Mulligan. She says she was training to join the army, but after the apocalypse they forced her to become a low-class worker. Riley agrees the system is cruel, but doesn't care about the revolution. He bought a car to leave the city and go somewhere with no people. Their talk gets interrupted when police bring Mulligan in. Outside the city, zombies find the road blocked. Big Daddy orders a butcher zombie to cut an opening through the boards and discovers human corpses hung up for shooting practice. That fuels his fury and desire for revenge. Meanwhile, Cholo goes to Fiddler's Green to meet Kaufman and is almost attacked by the servant Kip. Kip tells him Kaufman isn't home, terrified because he heard strange sounds in another apartment. Cholo kicks the door open and finds a man who hanged himself. He picks up a statue to smash his head before he turns, but the wife stops him. Suddenly, the man's son cuts the rope and the corpse wakes up as a zombie and bites the boy. Then it tries to attack the woman, but Cholo crushes its head with the statue. After a soldier arrives, Cholo leaves him to handle the rest. Later, he meets Kaufman and gives him the valuable items he collected. He tells him he wants to use the money to live in Fiddler's Green. But Kaufman tells him people like him aren't allowed into the tower. Cholo explodes in anger and admits he served him for 3 years and killed his political enemies, and those bodies were in the crates. But Kaufman doesn't care and calls a guard. Cholo escapes quickly, and Kaufman orders his men to kill him. On the stairs, a guard attacks Cholo, but Cholo expected this, slams him down, and steals his gun. At night, Cholo and his team head to the base to steal Dead Reckoning. Nearby, 2 soldiers training on mannequins hear a sound and turn on the light. They find Big Daddy. Screams fill the base. Alarms go off. People gather at the fence, but unfortunately, it's not electrified because it's meant for traffic. Soldiers rush to shoot, but not fast enough, and the zombies knock the fence down. The team takes advantage of the chaos and steal Dead Reckoning. Foxy and Pretty Boy suggest they fight with it, but Chola refuses. Zombies break into the base and kill soldiers, and as soon as Dead Reckoning rolls away, Big Daddy fires a gun. But the bullets bounce off the armor and hit gas tanks. Huge explosion. After the zombies finish with the soldiers, they notice the lights of Fiddler's Green and move toward it. Some time later, Cholo calls Kaufman and tells him he has Dead Reckoning. He gives him until midnight to send $5 million to a boat, otherwise he'll blow up Fiddler's Green. Kaufman refuses to negotiate with terrorists and contacts the jail to release Riley. Charlie gets worried and reveals that Riley saved him from the fire that scarred his face. The police take him to Kaufman, who offers him a deal to bring back Dead Reckoning. Riley suspects Kaufman made his car disappear to imprison him, so he demands a better car full of weapons and the release of his friends. Kaufman agrees, unwillingly, and inside Dead Reckoning, Cholo orders Mouse to go to the docks and wait for the boat. Mouse rides a skateboard and hides inside a building, hears a sound, but it's just rats. Meanwhile, in jail, Riley gathers his crew and they get new weapons.
Kaufman's assistant arrives with 3 soldiers and forces Riley to take them with him. The team reaches the base and sees the destruction. Riley follows tracks and realizes zombies are heading to the bridge. He calls Kaufman, who can't believe zombies could breach the city, and tells him to stay focused. Riley and Monolith search for ammo while the others look for a working car. As they open one, Charlie draws his gun, aiming behind Slack. She realizes he was shooting a zombie behind her. Then another zombie attacks Charlie. Slack tails it in return, but the shot takes off Charlie's ear. Inside a building, Riley and Monolith find a zombie soldier eating his teammates. Riley shoots him and they discover more zombies behind them, asleep on their meals. They use the chance and kill them all. They grab ammo and go back to the group. Suddenly, a headless zombie appears. He shakes his neck and his head is still hanging. And he bites Monolith. Charlie shoots through his chest and hits the head behind, and the car starts moving. On the way, Riley tells them he had a brother who got bitten and turned in less than an hour, and he had no choice but to kill him. Slack can't take the risk and kills Monolith. Riley activates a tracker he installed inside Dead Reckoning, and they can now track it. Slack admits it's her first time outside the city, and Riley tells her to stop the car. Then he and Charlie point their guns at Motown in Pillsbury. Riley assumes Kaufman ordered them to kill him after recovering Dead Reckoning. Riley declares he's not giving it back to Kaufman and wants to escape using it. The soldiers look at the zombies around them and decide to cooperate. In Fiddler's Green, Kaufman gathers the council and informs them he has secret supplies for emergencies like this. And inside Dead Reckoning, Cholo sees zombies and stops his training to kill one. With 40 minutes left until midnight, he calls Mouse, but the money still hasn't arrived. While he loads missiles, Mouse hears a zombie closing in. He shoots it. Then he sees another one. He backs away, but suddenly a group of zombies appear and devour him. On the other side, the horde stops at the river, confused. Big Daddy sees the reflection of lights. He steps forward, falls into the water. Zombies follow him, and since they don't need to breathe, they cross the river easily. Riley sees Dead Reckoning's path and realizes it's heading to a hill to launch the missiles from the best angle. Slack takes a shortcut that reaches it first. Everyone looks for a place to hide, and Motown signals Pillsbury to betray the group, but he knocks her down and joins Riley. When Dead Reckoning arrives, Riley and Charlie go up to meet them. Cholo lets them in and points his gun at Riley, ordering Pretty Boy to prepare the missiles. Riley warns that the attack will kill innocent people, but Cholo says Kaufman's rule killed even more. And in the city, zombies invade and kill everyone in their path, spreading chaos. When they take down a guard, Big Daddy steals his gun and teaches another zombie how to kill humans. Another guard tries to throw a grenade, the butcher zombie cuts off his hand, his body falls on the grenade, and the explosion finishes him. When the clock hits midnight, Cholo tries to fire the missiles, but nothing happens. Riley reveals he disabled them with his device and smashes it with his foot. Cholo gets furious and hits Riley. Motown regains consciousness and approaches Dead Reckoning. Riley sees her on the camera and kicks Cholo out, and Motown starts shooting. Suddenly, a zombie appears behind her and bites her face. Slack shoots her in the head. She and Pillsbury finish the zombies. The distraction allows Charlie to take Foxy's gun and take full control of the vehicle. Riley looks at Cholo and sees him bleeding. Inside Fiddler's Green, Kaufman steals money from the vault and tries to escape. A council member stops him, so he shoots him. Right then, Riley calls saying they stopped Cholo, but Kaufman doesn't believe him because of the explosions he's hearing. Riley realizes zombies have invaded the city and announces they're returning to help. Cholo isn't sure he'll survive and wants to do one last good thing. Foxy stays with him and the others leave. The two look for a car, a zombie appears, Cholo shoots it. But another zombie bites his arm, so he cuts it off with a knife. Foxy is ready to end his suffering but lets him decide. Cholo declares he has one last mission. Foxy leaves him and goes. In the city, zombies continue killing, driving weapons around and learning destructive tools. Riley calls the guards asking them to open the gates so people can escape, but the electricity is still active and no one answers from the power station.
The main bridge would drop them into hell, so they need another way. Riley sees on the map a permanently raised drawbridge, and they head toward it. Hundreds of people die in the streets. Zombies breach every corner. Guards' bullets cause explosions. A burning zombie suffers. Big Daddy shoots him, putting him out of his misery. Zombies pass a construction site, grabbing tools, including a hydraulic hammer. They reach Fiddler's Green and blow up the entrance with the equipment, break in, and kill the rich and destroy all the fancy shops. Dead Reckoning arrives at the bridge, and Slack pounds on the control room door trying to open it and almost hits Riley. Zombies surround the vehicle, so Riley runs to activate the bridge, but it takes time. A zombie attacks Riley and they wrestle. He throws him off, and the descending bridge cuts his head off. The team opens the roof and calls Riley to climb up. He gets his weapon back and shoots anything close while climbing through. Pretty Boy doesn't wait. He charges forward with the vehicle, running zombies over and shooting the ones on the side. They don't notice a zombie hanging on the ladder behind. Riley repairs the rocket launcher up top, then gets inside. In the city, people run to the walls, but they're electrified. Zombies surround them, and the people feel it's over. In that moment, Dead Reckoning fills the sky with fireworks. Zombies freeze, but their intelligence has evolved, and the effect lasts only a second. In Fiddler's Green, Kaufman and Kip escape and run into Big Daddy. Kaufman shoots him, but it's useless. Kip drags Kaufman to the garage. Kaufman gets into a car, but Big Daddy finds him again. Kip runs away and leaves Kaufman there. Big Daddy shakes the car. No use. He sees a gas pump, breaks the window, pours gasoline inside, and walks away. Kaufman gets out and sees Cholo coming. He shoots him, but nothing happens, and he's shocked to see he turned into a zombie. They fight on top of the car, and Big Daddy returns with a flaming gas tank and throws it at them. The gasoline ignites, and the explosion kills Kaufman and Cholo. Finally, Dead Reckoning reaches the main wall, but it's too late. The residents are dying. Riley orders Charlie to fire the missiles, and explosions wipe out the horde in seconds. After moments, the survivors come out of hiding. The effort wasn't wasted. Mulligan asks Riley if he'll escape with the people, but Riley says he's heading to Canada with his friends. Suddenly, a hiding zombie sneaks into Dead Reckoning and attacks. Riley hears the gunshot and rushes, and finds out Pillsbury already took it down. On the bridge, Big Daddy leads the remaining zombies. Pretty Boy wants to shoot them, but Riley stops him and says they're only looking for a home. And with that, the team drives off in Dead Reckoning, firing fireworks on their way to Canada. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications to catch the next videos. Thanks for watching.